This is Nigeria Info.
Election violence. Now, this can undermine the legitimacy of an election and lead to widespread unrest and conflict. Now, it is often motivated by political or ideological differences and maybe put out there by individuals, groups, or even governments. Now, what can we do to prevent election violence? We've got a few days to our general elections. That's February 25th. And so far, we've seen a lot of things come out in the media, in the public, what people are saying, what people are doing, how different groups are fighting against each other as to who they are supporting in this election. But what's important for us is we want a credible and fair election. What can we do as individuals, even while we wait for the government to do its part to ensure that our elections are free of violence and we can go out there, be safe, vote, and return back in one piece?
Well, we're aware that a lot of the candidates have, appended their signature to the Peace Pact, and a lot of people are also worried that in spite of the Peace Pact, we've seen some pre-election violence recorded during campaigns, during rallies, and in different quarters, in which one would say there should be a bit more deliberateness as to how we tackle the issue of election-related violence in the country. Recall several elections, we've had people killed before election and election day, and post-election violence have been recorded. Kogi State is a classic example, Bayelsa State, and there are very interesting flashpoints in the country where there's always that apprehension when we get to election period. So what do we do, and what should we do differently this time around to ensure that we don't shed blood on election day, before election, after election, when the result is announced also? That's the conversation for Electable Ideas today, and you're welcome to join us. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Our YouTube is at Nigeria Info ABJ. Behind the scene, yes, you get to look into the studio and see all what's happening in the studio also, and share your thoughts with us also on YouTube and Facebook. But for our phone lines, the numbers
0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869. Those are the numbers to call. You can also share your ideas via the WhatsApp platform. It is 080 9993 0137.
All right, welcome to the Electable Ideas, and you've got 60 seconds. Please mind your language, no hate speech, and most importantly, do not spew false information on our platform. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Kim and Itodo. This is Barrister Hassan.
Welcome, Barrister Hassan.
I appreciate. I believe that Nigerians have matured to a level that should not dispose us to violently expressing our choices. I think we have to, I must say, starter, the candidates themselves should stop appealing to primordial and pedestrian sentiments. Issues such as ethnicity, the material status of fellow candidates, and the outright insult of fellow candidates should actually not be entertained. Then, of course, the law enforcement agents to conduct a mop-up of hidden weapons, because people who have acquired weapons to use during the elections, especially, I will not mention this for now, because of the heated argument that have sprouted out in the southeast. So then, mop up weapons so that people do not use these weapons during the elections. And of course, government should come out forcefully, especially INEC, to sensitize the people about the need to conduct our elections in a very civilized manner.
All right.
And of course, INEC should be very, very transparent. If the conduct of the election is transparent, nobody will protest, nobody will resort to violence. Let it be transparent.
All right.
Yes. The other issue. But let me just stop here.
Thank you very much, Barrister Hassan. We appreciate your input.
All right. To join the conversation right now, welcome to you.
Again.
To you, Ola.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, I think the first thing we're supposed to place so much emphasis on is the utterances of the presidential candidates and their campaigners. I'm not even talking about their, distant supporters now, people like us, I'm talking about people who are in their cabinet. Who are the major campaigners, people that speak for them in the public. You see, I can tell you that that's one factor that has contributed to the violence we're seeing in the policy today. Now, you guys refer to what happened in 2011. When some coppers and some other people were killed at that point in time. The major constitutive factor, the major reason for that was because of the utterance of one of the frontline candidates at that point in time. That was what led to that death. So it's the same thing that's actually replicating now. So if these presidential candidates and the people that speak for them can allow decorum in the way, they reach out to the people, I think it will go a long way in quelling or even preventing some of this, attacks we're seeing from different quarters. And second, also, people should all allow the views of others. It is not compulsory for everybody to be on the same page with you in terms of who you support or who you don't support. People don't reason the same way, and they don't reason the way you reason. So allow people to go by their own view. Allow them to support whoever they want to support. If that can take place, I can tell you it will go a long way in reduce. I'm not saying it's going to completely eliminate it, but it will go a long way in reducing some of these attacks. That's the way I just see it. Decorum from the presidential candidates and the supporter. It's as simple as that. Thank you.
All right, Ola, thank you. Welcome to you.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Itodo, lady with the golden voice.
You're welcome.
I salute both of you.
We greet you.
Let me start by saying he who alleges must prove. Yes, but in Nigeria, there is no proof and nothing happens. We keep going. The only one we see the crime committers is only if it happens to be the poor ones. But the big ones, the big men, don't see their faces. And unfortunately, most of them are the ones who make some comments that led to violence. And at the end of the day, you won't see any of them. It's the poor ones that will go and suffer it. My dear, let's keep moving, because not the law of the country that is at fault, but the enforcement of the law is where we have problems.
What's your point exactly, Austin? Austin,
and they are the ones causing problems. Look at the comments.
Austin.
Hello?
What's your point exactly? Because it's an electable idea, and we want you to put forward an idea to prevent election violence.
Let there be, enforcement. It shouldn't be selective. Let those that are instigating violence to the society. The government that will punish both the rich and the poor, both the high and mighty. You understand? That is my point.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome to you.
Hello?
Nin.
Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead.
Good evening. Hello? My name
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Mohamed Hussein. How are you from Kapusa? Hello?
Mohammed, go ahead. We can hear you. Make your point.
Yes. I said I want to say something regards to this presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr.
Mohammed,
Itodo.
it's electable idea. Mohammed, can you hear us? It's electable idea on preventing election violence. That's what we want you to talk about. Don't come up with your own topic.
But you have been in this topic since now, and because
it does not matter how since we have been on it. We have moved topic from the bottom of the hour. It's electable idea. How do we prevent election violence? Important, critical question.
Okay. I think to solve this manipulation, I think if there's not any manipulation, there will not be violence. Only thing I can say. There should be free and fair election, and the material should go to the various polling units at a time. I think there will not be violence, and they should allow people to vote their choice. I think the violence they can prevent violence for that. By the time they try to stop people not to vote for their choice, that's why violence can occur. That is my own take.
All right, Mohammed, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Good evening, ma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Hassan Tatan Dola from Gondaraka local government, Nasarawa State.
Welcome.
Yeah, let me say something about the violence. Well, definitely every father, every mother have to tell their children to themselves to campaign election time. If you don't have voters card, don't ever know where they are casting the vote, because if you create any problem, you know that security agency, they are going to take over you. So that is why I like Dina and Aisha, when you go to campaign, you go to your children, everywhere you go to your children, but nobody do like that. But thank God, I can assure you, every father have to be very, very careful, tell their children, no, go and create any problem in the election day, because the security agency is going to take any necessary action about anybody that create more problem in the election day. Thank you very much for now.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear this caller. You've been waiting for some. Okay, hello.
Welcome to you.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Itodo. Good evening, beautiful Queen Kimberly. My name is Batifada Abubakar Ali. I'm calling from PW Kubwa. I went to unapologetic Jagabanesta. Wonderful job you guys have been doing since 3 p.m. Electable ideas. How do we curb the menace of electoral violence, post or pre? Well, the pre can be curbed when all the aspirants, call the persons to order. Any act or any action capable of raising or creating unnecessary tension in the land should be avoided. And I don't know why the law enforcement agents have to wait until they are asked to spring into action. I think the law should, no one in the country should be above the law. Whosoever, whether you belong to the ruling party or the opposition, if you say anything that's capable of jeopardizing the fragile security of the nation, you should be held accountable. And during the election, what is capable of giving us a violence-free election is any action that will impede the free, fair, and credible conduct of the process, electoral process. For me, I consider it violent, and the government, I am sure, will be on top of the situation. The party supporters should please calm down. It's just a game, okay? And somebody must emerge winner. Never try to outsmart anybody. Just do your work and leave. Please, no unnecessary this and that day. Please. Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling in. Back to some messages on...
It's a pleasure to have you. Like he invited
that
us.
goes different ways. Speaking about it.
Batify, thank you very much. Yes, let's look at some messages.
Okay, so this one from David says, what has been done to those who caused or carried out electoral violence in the past? If the law doesn't take its course, others planning to cause violence will be emboldened. INEC should also deliver credible elections, which will be accepted by all.
And on Facebook, we're streaming live, just so you know, YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Andowase. I hope I pronounced. You're from Benue, so you should not pronounce this name.
So I can't see that from here.
Really? With these glasses?
Kim, don't do this.
All right, Tiokwase. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce it right. I would learn. Thank you. Good evening to, two better people in the house. Ekele Sunday says, good evening, presenters. Good job, good topic. Watching from Katampe Extension. Osita Jeff is also with us. And Felix Tegenye says, nice to see you guys. I'm watching live from Asokoro. That's good.
All right. So Andrew from Lugwe says, my electable idea is that people should stop forcing their candidates on other people. People will ask you what your choice is. And next thing is they attack you verbally if it's not the candidates that they are supporting. Okay. That's something that is really important to learn. Don't intimidate other people, because that's you encouraging electoral violence if you do that.
Yes, indeed.
Back to the phone lines?
Yes.
Welcome to you.
Hello, good afternoon. Kim.
Good afternoon.
Itodo. Good afternoon.
Welcome to you.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Dede.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
See, I want to say something. For us to stop violence on election day, first and foremost, I would like the INEC to seriously talk to the village heads in every community, because there's a way they can penetrate into the youth in that community that they don't want any violence. Because I've been opportune to be very close to a ballot paper, like in my area. When people are voting, there are these indigenous and youth that will come very close to the ballot box and claiming that the particular man or woman, an elderly person that is coming, doesn't know who to vote for. They will want to show the person where the person should thumbprint. And again, the police will be there. The police will be handicapped. They won't do anything because these people are indigenous. By the time you want to do anything, you want to stop those kind of things from happening, before you know, there will be riot here and there. It will come to a point, even the police will have to leave that environment. I know exactly what I'm saying. But if this village health, they can stand and talk to their children and say, look, this election is not all about anybody. Allow everybody to vote whoever they want to vote. I believe it will go a long way. Because by the time it will go to a point when a particular person know that these people are voting so candidate, they are seeing the candidate is getting too much vote. They want people to be voting their candidate. Before you know, they will start causing issue.
All right.
The first attack will be on those INEC officials.
All right.
They will begin to disturb them. So these are the only way this thing can be prevented.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your thought right there. Welcome to you.
Hello, Itodo. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
This is Honorable Minister of your mic.
Welcome, Honorable. What is your electable idea?
To stop the election violence, like the one that happened on Saturday by Obi. Obi went there, write letter to the Oba, and the Oba, they didn't allow him, they turned him down in the palace. Now, when they were at the rally there, he had to send talks.
How do you know he sent the talks, Honorable? How do you know? Honorable, how do you know that he sends the talks? Where's your evidence? I'm listening to you.
I heard it in a sister radio. Even in your own radio, man, today.
But did they specify who sent the talks?
So, now, he said that he was not informed. So, if they should lay hands on that offer and they prosecute him as an example, others will learn. Yes, even Christopher this morning, I follow many media. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Honorable, for your thoughts right there. We're talking about preventing election violence, and you can call in to join the conversation. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Itodo.
Thanks to you.
Good evening, team.
Welcome.
My name is Ella, calling from Abuja.
Thank you, Ella, for calling.
So my contribution, thank you, ma'am. So to add to the topic, which is ways to prevent electoral violence, I would like to say that I buy into most of the things that Albert from Kubak said. But in addition to that, I also feel that on election day, it doesn't know the security agencies, right, will be mandated to, the voters, the eligible voters, before you come into the premises, they should be stationed in such a way that you show your PVC that you're actually, you're an eligible voter before you be, allowed into the main premises. I'm not saying that voters are not capable of also creating nuisance or, any act of violence there, but most times you figure out that some of those guys that do these things are not even ready to vote, Sometimes they are hired, so I don't want to use E word, but they are hired maybe criminals or miscreants around and all that. But if they can do that, I think it also further reduce, because if anybody now attempts to do otherwise, the security staff first of all pick your PVC, which will help them to get further details of who you are and all of that. I think it will further reduce it. That's my contribution.
All right.
All right, Ella.
Appreciate your input.
We're about to wrap things up. Can we squeeze in a few messages right now?
Yeah, messages would do. 'Cause
Okay,
of
so
time.
Rufai says citizens must resist the temptation to publicly express their political opinions or inclinations and must only do that when it's safest and in the midst of people of like minds. That's it.
All right. I was trying to see if we have anything on Facebook and.
Let's see. This one just says, good evening, Kim and Itodo. Well done. Ferguson Osita, Victor Sisin Kuram, Osita Jeff, Felix Taganyi, we see you. Thank you for your messages.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. Olatunde Obasa, you read the message, is watching us. Nothing much to say. Humble Prince also. May our health condition and reasoning be the same with the candidate with. We say preventing election violence. What's with that? And Lorena Andred, great program. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your input. No comment on YouTube. That's quite unusual, but thank you nonetheless for all the people who followed up us on YouTube. We appreciate your perspective, and you've all made very intelligent, brilliant points as to how we can prevent election violence. This conversation we'll revisit some other time. Thank you for being a part of the Electable Ideas.
And that's it. Ensure that you are doing what is right and also preventing electoral violence.
As a wrap, it will be back on the Sunny Side Show tomorrow.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.